what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're adding something to the Beast that should have been there from the factory, but for some reason it's not. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure that little bell icon right next to that's checked off. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't see this awesome cycling content we got going on, especially with the Beast Fat Bike coming up. So, right into the video. Like I said, we're adding something today that should have been on this bike from the factory. And of course, that one thing is going to be a mount for a water bottle cage. There is no mount on this entire frame to mount a water bottle. Make it kind of tough when you're riding bikes for a long time to have to somehow carry water with you, right? So you need somehow to carry water. So with that being said, there are of course a lot of different options you could take to putting a water bottle on here. And obviously you don't even need to put one on here. You can carry it with you in your bag, carry it around your back, whatever you want to do, you can do those. That's the easiest way without even touching the bike frame at all. Next way you can do, of course there's ways you can use a strap or a hose clamp or something to catch on the ears of certain bottle cages to hold it onto the frame where a water bottle cage would normally be. That's another option. What we're doing today is we're actually permanently adding water bottle bosses to the frame so we can keep water bottle on there permanently, never have to worry about this thing ever going anywhere or ever having problems again. So with this bike being a steel frame, there's always a couple options for that. Well, I'll tell you which one we're gonna do, but we'll start with a couple options first. So obviously it's a steel frame. I am a welder. I could have welded water bottle cage bosses on this frame. Problem with that is that's a lot of heat going into the frame, which I don't really want to do. Also the splatter, clean up, the paint would be ruined, you know, stuff like that. I don't really want to bother with that. I'd rather keep it as close to this as I can. Next to that, of course, you got brazing. Similar thing to welding. Putting a lot of heat in there, you're gonna kind of ruin the frame. It's definitely a possibility on that as well. So what we're going to be using today are actual rivnuts, is what they're called. So if you've heard of a rivet before, it's very similar to a rivet, except it is a threaded insert that you press into your frame with a style of rivet gun, which will then press that in and lock it in place, and you will have a threaded insert in your frame. Nice and simple way to do it, super easy. All you really have to do is drill a hole into the frame, put this in, and you're set to go. So we're going to take you through this whole process of adding water bottle cage to this bike. Now, with this bike, I'm going to be putting one on today. We're doing one water bottle cage today. In the future, we may do two, so that's why I'm kind of most pushing it up towards the front of the frame a little bit more. Just some preface for you guys, that's why it's up a little more. If I was just planning on putting one, I'd probably put it lower on the bike, but we're gonna put two eventually. So let's get right over to the bike. We'll start taking some measurements, show you this whole process of getting a rib nut installed in here so you can mount a water bottle cage permanently to your bike. Alright, so we're gonna be putting the water bottle cage right around this point of the bike, of course where a normal water bottle cage would go to. Now instead of just going ahead and marking this up, drilling right into this, potentially having problems with the paint failing, paint chipping away, any of that, we're gonna go get some good old painter's tape, and we're just gonna tape up this section right here. That way we can mark it, not have any markings on the frame. Once we drill into this paint at all, it limits the effects of chipping on this paint, hopefully leaving this in really good shape underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my tape and we'll get this taped up and then we will get measuring from there. And of course I'm just gonna go kind of for the center point right about where I want it to be, and we're gonna go a little bit wider than it needs to be, of course, just because I want to make sure we don't have any problems with this at all. Okay, here we go. So we got that all covered up with some tape. Hopefully that'll help everything, make it a little bit easier, a little bit cleaner install on there. So from this point, now that we got that all marked off, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my calipers here and I'm gonna go turn them on so we'll have some measurements. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take a measurement of the tube and we're gonna mark the center point of that tube. That way we have the exact center point of this so we make sure our water bottle cage is centered, not leaning off to one side or the other, and hopefully everything is nice and even. That's kind of the hope at least. So I'll pull our cap off my marker here. And let's get that pretty much done, like right there. Mark our 22, which should be right about there. And we'll go down to our bottom, of course, and mark it there as well. There we go. Okay, so we got that measured up. Then we're gonna get our actual water bottle cage here. So this is my standard king cage. Pretty standard cage, they're all about the same mounting holes on them, so I'm not super concerned about it. And this one you can actually see it has a little bit of elongated holes there, so we're gonna kind of get in the center of those as best as we can, and that should get us pretty solid. So I'm gonna pretty much line that up with the holes we hit, with the marks we made already, and we're gonna go ahead and mark right there, and we'll mark right there. So it should be pretty good for the center of those points. Now you could go ahead, you could take a drill bit right to those, but what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get our center punch here. So what a center punch does is it's spring loaded, so essentially you press it down and it springs back. It's because it's going to make a divot right where that mark is. That way when we go to drill, the drill bit's not wandering around and we're centered on that spot for sure. So we're going to get our center punch, and what we're going to do with this, you just go ahead and we're going to line it up right in the center and get it centered. And you just do that, and it made a little tiny divot there. And we'll do the same thing with our other guy. Line it up with the center of our mark. And ding. There we go. So we got two little divots on each of those marks there. So you have picked out our riv nuts already. I believe these are 1024 is what the thread pitch is on these. Just happen to go to add, and it actually lines up pretty good with a factory, with a standard bolt. Thing is, this is standard versus metric, but it's going to work just fine. I'm not concerned about it at all because this bike really doesn't use much in the way of Allen head bolts. So not concerned about that. So we got our riv nut right here. So with a riv nut, what you want to do is you want to find a drill bit that's pretty close to the outside of that. Generally, if you go a little smaller, it's better than going big. That way it can secure itself a lot better in the hole. So what we've got here is about a 1/4 inch drill bit here that we're going to use to drill these holes in here. So we got our drill. Excuse the noise, it's cold. Whatever grease is in here is frozen. So we're going to try and get our drill bit where we want it, just like that. And we're going to very carefully just pop right through the frame, just like so. And we'll go to our other one and do the same deal. Got that all centered. We'll do the same deal here. There we are. Okay. We got those all set. So once those are set, we can go ahead and pull our painter's tape off of here. See what we kind of look like underneath. There we are. And that is pretty much, couldn't ask for much better than that turned out. These look great. The paint still looks great. All right. Oops. There we are. Okay. Oh, looks actually really good. So we want to make sure that these holes, ow, on the top don't have any stickers sticking out, which some of them do. So I'm going to grab my little file. So since these holes here have a little bit of a burr sticking out, you can kind of feel it a little bit. I'm going to get our little file here, and I'm just going to very lightly file that down to make sure there's no crazy ridge on the top. And this is just going to help that riv nut sit nice and flush on there. Okay, so I got these filed down to the point where they're nice and smooth all the way across, which is just what you want. You want them nice and smooth. I almost forgot one important thing, which is I'm glad I remember now. Steel frame. Steel frame will rust if it's bare. So I have a paint pen here, it's black. It'll work perfectly fine. And we're just going to go ahead and make sure we coat any bare metal on here. That way it doesn't rust. There's a less chance of rusting, we'll go with that. So from there, go ahead and we'll get a riv nut centered in there. Give it a little tap tap. Now we're going to smack that dude all the way in there. And I'm going to get my other one, I'll do the other one too. Go, same deal, get it kind of started. There we are. Perfect. All right, once those are in, get our riv nut tool. We're going to slow it differently than you would sometimes, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to thread our riv nut tool right on into that insert we just put in there, and we're going to thread this in until it bottoms out. That's what we're going to do. So thread that guy all the way in so we are bottomed out just like so, and you want to make sure you're good, and then you're just going to squeeze, tighten it up again, go another squeeze, tighten it up again, squeeze, go, just like that. Once it's squeezed in there a couple times, just gonna go ahead and screw our guy up here. There he goes. All right, got that all unthreaded there, and we'll go ahead, Do the same with our other one at the top. Alright, so we got both our rivnuts installed, and now is a moment of truth. So I got some bolts here to go with them, 10 by 24 thread, Allen heads of course, so they do fit just a 4mm Allen, so they're pretty standard, I would say. And these are, I think I went with a 5/8 inch, so I just go ahead, start that guy in there. Oh, it's doing some weird stuff. Okay, let's leave that there for a second. For this one, get this one started. Okay, and we'll get our Allen key here. Hey, where did that go? There it is. All right. So probably should put some grease on these first, but that's okay. We'll pull them out in a second. And one thing you don't want to like super over tighten them, of course. You don't want those rivnuts to spin on you, which would be a bad day. But there we go. Water bottle cage installed on the Beast. From that point, I'm probably going to pull these out, throw a bit of grease on them, just because it is a steel frame. I want to prevent any rust I possibly can. But that is that. You have a water bottle cage installed on your bike that never even came with them for a super low and easy cost of something you do in your own garage, which is a drill and a little rivet gun. So that is how you go ahead and install a water bottle cage on a bike that never came with one, had no water bottle cage bosses on it, and you can get one ready to go on your bike, and you can put those anywhere you want on your bike. So again, everything I used today in my video is going to be linked in the description down below, so you can get some for yourselves. Any of those links, of course, can help the channel, so thank you very much for the support. If you did enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up. Appreciate any support you guys give me. If you have comments or questions, note it down in the comments section below. Love chatting with you guys, love answering any questions you guys have, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.